Welcome to More Love, More Life podcast. Today, I'm taking you on the journey through my life. We as black men have suffered so much trauma in this life and has never healed ourselves. It's time to change our community. It's time to change our people. Today, Mr. Maestro and Big Hak, we're coming at you again with episodes that's going to keep you in your seats. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Blessed. Feel good. I'm walking, talking, breathing. Yes. I'm thankful.
Man, so let's go. Well, before we go with this, I'm gonna read a little something from my main poet, Rumi. It's called "In This Earth." In this earth, in this immaculate field, we should not plant any seeds except for compassion, except for love. That's the journey we on, a journey of love, a journey of God. We're here to spread the seed of love, compassion, and empathy for our people. We've been put down so long, and we've been pushed to the side where nobody been paying attention to us. But they think we need to just pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and move. But it's so hard because people are not really paying attention to what we go through as black people. You know what I mean? They taking where we came from slavery, and just saying, hey, you should be over that. But we're not over that. Because we're going to take this to the street also, and we're going to show you we're not over it. We're going to show you how it really affects us, bro. And it affects us deep. It affects us in our heart. I mean, it goes, man, God just showed me so much that I went through. But I went through this to uplift our people. And we have to ride this journey and keep going. And I'm sure you went through a lot yourself.
Yeah. Because as you was talking, I was like, that's another form of trauma. Yeah. Back to our main topic of every episode.
Yeah, it is, bro. But I'm gonna go back to, I was in the 5th grade. And I remember a girl disappeared from my class. She didn't come back to school. And it was like a good week. And everybody just said she was missing. But I can remember my energy. I can remember me thinking, what happened to this woman, this girl? But then they finally came back and they said she was kidnapped. And she was found like a block away from the school. But the counselors told us she was raped, kidnapped, and murdered. So she had to be 10 or 11 years old.
What school was this?
It was at Woodcrest Elementary. We was in the 5th grade. But I remember how that hit me back then. And I can go back to that feeling of like, what happened? Why? And from then is when we was bringing on this PTSD and not realizing. I never knew what PTSD was until I started studying it. But from that point on, it was just like, when is my life going to end? Because so many people around me, life is ending at children. So I looked at the world that way, and now I can see that was PTSD in me at an early age, and I thought I'd never make it to be 20, bro. But even to go back to that situation, now I'm thinking, we didn't get no counseling. We didn't get people coming to school really talking about us. And if we did, I don't remember. I didn't have it. But if we take that same trauma to a school that has money, believe me, they're going to have counselors in that school talking to them kids because they know the effect of what that's going to cause. But we didn't have that. It was just like, hey, it happened, deal with it. And that's where we are suffering as a community because it became normalized to us.
Mm-hmm.
So when the next person passed, the next kid passed, it was just like, okay, this is the world we live in. And that hurt me so much because me and that young lady was close. And she just disappeared out of my life like that. And to hear she was sodomized, murdered, found in an abandoned apartment, dead. It took a toll on me, bro. But now as a man, I'm wondering, why didn't nobody really talk about it? Why they didn't bring the counseling in? And that's showing me in our community, we are suffering so much and we are normalizing being evil, being violent. But I can see why, because we are thinking we're going to die young. We're in a mode of protecting. We're at a hyper-vigilant state, bro, and that state is killing our people. And when we take this to the street and start interviewing these people on the street, which we're going to do today, you're going to start seeing at early ages these people are being corrupted, and they're being corrupted by the environment. They're being corrupted by poverty. Welcome to More Love, More Life podcast. Today, we on the streets interviewing Sean. What's up, Sean? Talk to the people, man.
Look, I'm originally from Long Beach, California, and I've been out here around 18, 19 years. My mom passed away in 2008. I was 39 then. I'm 55 now.
Okay.
So, where do we go from there? And thank you.
What got you out here, though? How long have you been out here, downtown?
Well, it's called drug addiction. In case you probably haven't figured that out.
Okay, I got you, Sean.
Ain't funny.
What kind of drug, bro?
Crack.
How long you been on it?
They've been saying that white people put that on blacks for crack.
Right, they changed the powder into crack, and they changed the laws for us.
Right, for a genetic profile. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Right.
So how long you been on crack?
Close to 40 years.
40 years? So you started when you was like 15?
I was about 17. I was smoking something called Primos.
Primo.
I knew nothing about it.
Okay.
I knew nothing about no Primos or nothing on it. Once I did that hit back in 1986, I had a... But anyway, I really don't want to get... But anyway...
Go ahead, you tell the story.
It was like a numbing sensation right there, and I have not been the same since. I have not... I did that for 7 years, then I ended up on the pipe. But it took me so long to do the pipe because I knew it was going to take me...
So for all these time, 40 years, you've been chasing that drug. Is it anywhere? Have you ever been off? Have you ever got off?
Yeah.
No? You want to get off? Or you think it's impossible?
No, of course not.
You believe in God?
Sure. Oh, no, man.
So God protects you?
Sure.
All right, Sean. Man. So what about when your mom passed? Did that take you down even further?
No, but I'm not where I should be, but I'm not where I used to be.
Better or worse? So you came up on the scale somewhat?
Better, if you will. Better, worse.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you feel the politicians are doing their job to help you, to help the people out here on the streets? Or is that just like a lost cause to us black people?
What's her name?
Patrick.
That Bass?
Oh, yeah.
The Bass.
Karen Bass.
Yeah, now, she not playing. She cleaned the house.
So you feel the impact of what she do?
She's not playing.
Okay.
She'll clean, man. Man, that's just with it.
What she do?
She cleaned the house and giving people housing.
Wow. Now she giving people hope.
Yeah.
Is it something you got to apply for, or how does it work?
No. She's going to go get you.
She comes down here?
She's going to go get you.
So you seen her down here, downtown?
No, but I've seen her work.
Okay. So you see the change since she's been in office?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, bro. That's beautiful, Sean. Beautiful. So tell me, man, is there anything you want to tell the kids before we go? To help save them.
I was about to say white folks, but no.
Say whatever you please, bro.
Look. Listen to your heart. Because the heart is right where God is. You know what I'm saying? That's the center of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, we're done.
That is, Sean. I appreciate you, bro. One love, baby. Man, I appreciate you, dog. You have a good one, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you too. That 20.
Ladies. They living in this province, and it's, man, if your mind is not free, I couldn't sit in class and study because my mind wasn't free.
Yeah. So you couldn't comprehend it because your mind drifting and wondering if those are the correct words. Your mind drifting and wondering and thinking all this stuff, and you can't really focus on.
I'm on high alert.
Right.
I'm on high alert thinking when I walk out of this class, what's going to happen to me? So my head is like this. I'm on high alert, bro.
And you haven't got no counseling.
None at all. I probably didn't even know about counseling.
Yeah.
All I knew about is, hey, it happened, live your life and keep going. But the state that we're living in is not right. And as I live longer and live as a man, I'm realizing the world is not living like we living. And to live in this area and be raised within this degradation of a society, we are the degenerates of a society. We are considered the lower of the lower.
Mm-hmm.
Back in slavery, we was considered 3/3 of a man. We are still considered that.
Absolutely.
But this is the systemic racism that we're not paying attention to. We're thinking we're equal. But if you prejudice against the white man, the only thing you could do is cause fear in him. And I'm talking about the collective. If the white prejudice against the black man as the collective, he can control where you work, the money you make, the loan you get. So right there's a discrepancy. So it's not equal no matter which way we look at it. And we experience this on a daily basis. But I'm here to call for peace and love.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to come together and be one. Let's talk about this. Let's bring this to the forefront because if we go into the Jewish community, they talk about what they've been through. They talk about the Holocaust. They make movies. And they keep making movies so you won't forget.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in control of their people.
Mm-hmm.
They're in control of their society. They're in control of the money that's coming in. We are not. We are not. We're out here killing each other. Why? Because of all the trauma we've experienced and we're normalizing it. And that's giving us a point to look at to be what we consider tough. Mm-hmm. Our tough is violence. Our tough is to promote fear. And that's where we have to stop, bro. We're not training our minds. We have to train our minds and come of people that seek knowledge.
You know what? What I just thought about as you saying that, it took my mind back to Bret Hart. That whole story you just said when you was in the 5th grade, right?
Right.
The whole time you was telling that story, it was making me think of they separate situations, obviously, but it took my mind back to when I went to Bret Hart in I graduated in 1990 from Bret Hart. So I was there for 4 years and it made me think of I was in school because now I'm thinking of certain things that happen that you might not think that is going to affect you in your life, but it actually do because I talked about this since then, and that was so many years ago. When I was at Bret Hart, and everybody who went there with me know, in my class, probably was in the 6th or the 7th. It wasn't the 8th grade yet, I don't think. But it was either the 6th or the 7th. Whenever it was, my friend Monifa walked into class. It was like the end of lunchtime or whatever. So, everybody excited. They just came from the break. And she came in like a couple seconds late. You know how the bell ring and now you late for coming in. It was one of them, but the teacher was cool. Here's the thing. She walked in and slipped at the door. I don't know how she slipped, but she walked in. Everybody already in their seats. She was the only one that was late.
Audio preview.
And she came in and slipped. And she slipped and hit the back of her head, man. And she died right there, bro.
Wow.
In front of all of the whole school was affected, but I was in that class. And as you was telling that story, I was like, man, I always tell the story and it affected me, but now I'm like, man.
Audio preview.
I think of the feeling that I had. I was traumatized because we always talk about trauma on this podcast, but I was like, man, that was what he talked about. It's traumatizing. And a lot of other words, but just trauma though. Because when we seen her fall, first of all, we was laughing because the teacher said something like, you late. And then when she slipped, she came in happy. So in my mind, all I see is her being happy, coming in late, and we crack a couple jokes because she come in and she tardy. And she slipped and hit the back of her head. She go into a seizure. I didn't know much about seizures. I know they start shaking up, but I didn't know that much about it. But the teacher hopped down. We all kids and we in the class and we like just shocked, like we traumatized. We all like, oh, damn, she just fell right in front of. As a teacher grabbing a spoon wherever she got it from, I had no idea about this. She grabbed the spoon and she putting it on her tongue, and in my mind I'm like, what's going on here? She putting a spoon on her tongue, like, oh, because they swallow. If you having a seizure, I guess you could swallow your tongue or whatever, and that can kill you. So this is what the teacher was telling us why he was doing it.
Right.
So that wasn't the biggest part. The biggest part to me, and I never thought I would even be repeating this on camera, but that blood, man.
What blood?
The blood coming from her head, bro, when she
fell.
So as he trying to save her life, when she having a seizure, all we see, because she fell on the back of her head, all we see is blood coming out her head. And now the students, we all looking. We all looking like, damn, that's a lot of blood coming. We like traumatized. I was. Absolutely was. And I didn't realize how much I was because now I'm way older. But when I think of my mind went back to that, man, I was like, wow, that's a lot of blood. So when you asked me in the other episode, when was your first time you experienced trauma, that was.
You was 7th grade?
Actually, it was around the same time.
Right.
But I didn't think of that story until you just brought that up. So it's a lot of things in our life that we don't even realize that affected us in our life. That did. It didn't pop up until you just brought that up. We watched this young lady, Monifa, her head was bleeding. She was having a seizure, and she died in front of us.
Right.
Right. So that was even more deeper to me than the drive-bys I was talking about on the other episode. Because this was more trauma, because this is us in the classroom looking at this young lady who's not game. She just died from slipping and hit her head. It's bleeding. She had a seizure and died.
Well, did you get counseling? Did they bring counseling to the school?
That was my other point, because you brought up that. Now, I thought about all this while you was talking. Now, that's what made me bring this up, because how you said not me, or I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I don't remember nobody coming to us like, you want to talk about it? Nobody came in.
Right.
It's Bret Hart, South Central, whatever, but it does matter, because we, like, if you was in Beverly Hills, they going to have people coming in. I don't remember one person coming to me. All I remember is they had everybody come to the pea field while the ambulance came and put her in it, and she died. So all these kids, like I say, the whole school was traumatized because they all on the field. What happened? But we was in the class. I was in the class.
Mm-hmm.
So some people who's watching this right now, they was in that class too.
Right.
So a lot of people, a couple people that was in that class is not living either. So yeah, life is like that. But that part of my life, that was traumatizing, and I didn't even realize it because I was young and just everything was normalized. That was different though, because this wasn't nobody doing no drive-by. This is a young lady in junior high school and died right in front of us. And guess what? Nobody came with no, you want to talk about it? Nah, and I remember the mindset of the people, or at least me, I wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even expecting it. So everybody just be like, oh, that happened. Because then guess what? That same year, you ever heard of Natasha Harlan's murder?
Yeah.
She was also my classmate.
That was your classmate?
And she died that same year. She went to the
shot.
same, she went to Bret Hart, and that happened. We used to go to the store. We used to go to different stores, but she went to that store on Fig. We used to go on Vermont, and like by Colden, because, we used to get candy or whatever snacks before we go to school.
Well, that's the young lady that got murdered for the orange juice by the
Absolutely.
man.
So all of this that I didn't realize was traumatizing.
Yes,
Because guess what? She got murdered. Now we talk about she slipped in the class. She didn't. Now that made me think about that. Natasha Harlan's. She got murdered at the liquor store before she went to school at that same school, same year.
So let me ask you this.
Same year.
That was publicized. So since it was publicized, I'm sure they brought counselors to the school to talk to your classmates about that, right?
Now, see, now that you say that, they did. Because it was publicized. So that means it was someone from the outside came in because it was publicized. So they brought a few people. I wasn't one of the ones they talked to.
So you didn't get the counseling?
No, I don't know if it was counseling. They came to interview people.
Wow. Well, I'm talking about counseling, period.
I never heard of it.
Right, but that's the point I'm talking about.
I never
we
heard
as
of
a
any
black
counseling.
race are not getting mental help.
Nope.
All this stuff that's happening in the street is considered mental illness. How can a gangbanger go out here to search for someone to kill and you think that man is living a regular life? That is mental illness to the fullest, but we as a race, as a community, is uplifting that. We saying it's okay, but we not seeing what we following is a demon. What we following as people is somebody that left this society that's harming us. This is what this is about, bro. We have to start standing up and understanding. Let's stop supporting the negative side of life. Let's get help. So within this community we creating here, we need to bring in the counselors. We need to bring in the therapists. We need to bring them in, the psychiatrists, so our people can see how much they are suffering because it's normalized. Even if your mama and daddy knew that, they didn't take you to counseling also. Why? Because death is normalized in our neighborhood. And we have to change this, bro. This is not happening in the more prominent areas. They're getting counseling. Where the school shooting is happening, they're getting counseling. But again, we're coming from a generation of slavery. We're coming up from a generation of being less than. And that is still in the mind of America, if you believe it or not, because they're not bringing it to you. Why? You're nothing. But now we have to stand up and say, we are something and we're about to heal our people. So we have to create this platform to heal our people. And when I say our people, I'm not talking about just black. I'm talking about if you don't have the money, then the world is not worried about you. So talk to us, man. Why you down here? What's going on?
Okay, well, what happened is back in last year, I was under the Lock Key program, and I was calling them up. They said that I had like 90 days to get out of there where apartment. I was staying at the apartment building in Covina called the West Side Hill Apartments. And I kept calling Union Station, telling me, hey, I need help. You know, you guys gotta help me out. I said, I can't get a hold of my social worker. My social security did not want to help me at all. She just dumped me like a bad habit. She also called the cops on me, so they made threats on her. Which I didn't make a threat on her that I said I was having problems with the apartment manager. All I said is he needs an ass kicking. That's all I said, but officers came down, so that kind of got me one written notice. So the whole time I was there for 2 years, I got one written notice. And I was already getting kicked out. Now here I am trying to get Pasadena, you know, the program there, trying to get them to give me somebody to help me pay this rent because I can't pay it.
So what? Tell me this: what you need? What would clear this up? As far as politicians and all that, what do they need to do to clear this up?
Okay,
To give
clear
people
this
help?
issue. Wait a minute, hold on. Hey! Hey! Hold on, I'm doing an interview.
You have to let them know, huh?
Yeah, man, come on, no respect. I'm doing a fucking interview, you know? I gotta get some respect around this fucking place,
Yeah.
man. What did you do? Excuse me, get out of here, man. What the fuck's your problem, man?
You alright.
What is the fucking problem? Stupid ass. He paid me. It's an interview. Why am I out here? Why am I in the fucking streets like this, living like this? You stupid ass bitch. Fuck, now I called you bitch. That's 27 fucking years. I can't believe it. She's all mad because we live in the streets now. Look, it wasn't my fault. I tried everything to stay off the streets, okay? We got kicked out the program, took me to court, they gave me an eviction, they did the whole round. I went the whole round with them. Now, for you to get me back on another apartment building, I need emergency housing, which I don't even get that. I'm an American citizen. I'm a registered fighter to go to war anytime.
Right.
Okay, I'll fight for this country. I live here and I will defend this country. But can I get some love now? When is it gonna happen when I get back? I don't want to be here. I'm gonna lose my life living here. I can't live out here that long. It's not gonna, yeah. And I leave it up to the Lord. And I gotta pray every night that I wake up in the morning because my throat might be cut one day. Just for being here. Just because I'm Mexican. You know? You got prejudiced people, you got some that are good, some are bad. And that's the way it works. Everybody has the issue about something, about one person out here. Maybe I don't like it because you got glasses I don't have. So I'm gonna cut your throat for that. You know what I mean? Shit like that goes on out here.
Wow.
So you think I'm gonna be here too long? No, I don't think so. And I'm doing everything. And then with her, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? She did a whole 360 on me. She's not even the same woman I used to be married to. Well, I'm not even getting married to her. We're doing each other 27 years. I support her. She's never worked a day in her fucking life. Okay, I broke my back. I turned over my... You know, I turned over my car. That's when everything went down. I had to have surgery. I got plates back here. I almost died in that accident that I had. It wasn't my fault, but shit happened. All right. You gotta hurry, dog. I gotta get out of here. Please hurry. Anyways, that happened. So now, this is what happened. You know, so where can I get emergency help?
Man, I feel for you, bro. Man,
What's your name, man?
My name's Edward Villard Cabrera.
I'm Hakeem. This is Patrick, man.
you be right here.
Right here, yeah.
Okay.
So get out
I'm
of
gonna come
here.
back, man, and talk to you and bring some food. We're gonna sit down and just talk,
Huh?
man. I'm gonna come back, talk to you. I'm gonna bring some food.
All right.
We just gonna figure this out, bro.
Yeah.
Cause we all need this, man.
Uh-huh.
But we need the stories from you since you're here. And we
Okay.
need to get this to the politicians.
Oh, all right.
Because they not doing that for us.
Exactly.
It's up in the big time, not us.
And some of these people don't understand what's going on. I understand you're filming me, but I'm doing it for a good cause, not for us to go down further down the
Right,
road,
right, yeah.
down in the sewer. I'm
And we
not trying
thank
to
you.
do
We
that
thank
to
you
my
for that because you
any
didn't have to.
race. I'm trying to, like you said, we need to let our Democrats know about this. The people that up there in the Capitol,
Yes.
you know, Sacramento, those people are the ones running after this shit anyways. You know it, I know it. They're the ones that got me in prison, you know, because I wrote to them. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of people that I wrote to that I got help for. That's why I'm back on the street. And it was my brothers, black brothers, that helped me fill out those applications. I didn't know how to fill out a continuous. I didn't know how to file a 1385. Who was there for me? My black brothers.
So is it mainly black and brown out here?
Yeah, and white. A little everything.
Well, everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a lot of respect for the blacks. They helped me so much. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be out here.
All right.
When I went to Pro Per, I was the only Mexican there. That only one. Everybody was black. And white, Puerto Ricans, you know, a little here and there. But the black people were the ones fighting for the right. And I used to think, they're crack people. No, they're fighting for the right. You know, and I didn't understand that, you know, at the time.
Right.
And, you know,
Man.
yeah.
Thank you, bro.
I better let you go.
appreciate
We need to
man.
go somewhere else and talk.
All right.
I'll stuff it back next time.
I'm gonna come talk to you.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Take
for
care,
you,
man.
man. I could use some funds. Anything
Okay.
will help.
Okay.
Anything, brother.
You know where you at? You right here on 6th Street.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, we're gonna come talk
Have
to
a
you.
good one, man.
I'll be waiting.
bro.
I'll be waiting, brother.
All right.
And that's what has to change.
Mhm.
Because we're going to hit these streets and show the people that it's black, brown, white, everybody out here living on these streets.
It absolutely is.
And is the votes, the people we voting for, is that going to take these people off the streets? Or is voting just a business? Are they worried about the higher echelons of people? Because they're not coming to the hood. They're not trying to get your vote. Basically, what they telling you black, you're a Democrat, vote that way. So why do I need to come to your hood to change your mindset?
Yeah.
I do not. You're a Democrat. You go support the people that brought you cheese when you was a kid. But what are they doing for us? We need to publicize this so people can start understanding. Make your vote count. I don't care if it's Republican, Independent, Democrat, but we need you to start coming to our area and acknowledging that we are somebody and not just take our vote for granted.
Right.
Because right now, the black vote is just taken for granted. You black, you're a Democrat.
And that's why probably, I mean, I can speak for myself too, but I'm saying probably that's why most black people, I ain't voting because it ain't gonna matter. I said it a grip of years.
Right. What do you see from it? Do you see any change coming?
I never been into politics, but I'm thinking now consciously of me.
Audio preview.
I mean, the first time I voted was for Obama. I never been into politics or none of that.
So let me put this to you. Say we change this around to America. Say you came into this world, and I say it was 47 presidents, and 46 of them been black, and you got one that's white. How would this world look at it then? How would they look at all the top politicians, the senators, and everybody is black? So we have to understand, they taking our vote and just running with it. They telling you you're a Democrat, you go that way. But they're not seeing through our eyes because it's not that way. All these 40-something presidents been white. All these judges, if you've been to the prison system and all that, is white. So your mind is being controlled by the power that be. You see it that way no matter what you think. You see it that way. So that brings in a fear of you, of them, because they're controlling your life. When you go out and look for a job, basically you're going to the European race.
Like
And
they
that's
say,
what I'm
work.
saying.
I'm gonna work for the white man.
Exactly.
Right.
But they pushing us to the side because we are not doing our work. We're not bringing our history. We're thinking we're free, and you're not free. We've been living this life on our knees, bro. And if we don't get it right now, we're going to stay on our knees because so much is coming into this world that's changing the way money is supplied. So if you don't go into the system thinking about the new AI and the computer system, then you being a janitor is just not going to work no more. We have to change this, man. But we have to speak up. Everybody hollering for reparation. But what is reparation going to do if you don't change your mindset? If we get reparation, we need reparation to come into America as a therapist, as a psychologist, coming in and changing the mind of the people.
Right.
But until we get that, reparation's just going to be another man with a broke mindset going out to get a nice car and blow his money, and it's done, bro.
Absolutely.
Come on, we got to go deep into this.
But we're going to do that on this podcast.
Yes, sir, we are.
Y'all will see soon. We're going to have the professionals in here to break it down in their terms.
Right.
Yeah, not their terms, but
their terms. You're right.
Absolutely.
Break it down to somebody that got the PhD that you'll understand.
Absolutely.
And you'll see how our mind is being programmed.
Yeah, it's not word of mouth now. You.
Right.
Absolutely.
But that's where we need to be, bro. And wow, we're gonna get there.
Yeah, it's gonna be very soon though. Stay tuned.
We're gonna take it to the street. You'll see us out there. We're gonna talk to the people, and you're gonna learn. So keep signing in, subscribe. We will have a lot for you.
Absolutely.
But I love our heart to you. We love you. Peace.
Peace. More love, more life.
All we need is love to make it through another day.